Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to a new music class with Miguel. We have finally arrived to the week that we are going to start learning the instrument. Not learning, practicing more, okay? Because we still have to do it, even if we are in songwriting class, we still have to practice our instruments, okay? So the thing is, right now we're going to do guitar. So we're going to do guitar exercises. Now, the objective of this video is going to be that you will be able to improve your guitar technique and chord playing. Students will be able to read tabs for guitar. Now, you have seen it before, but we're going to do it again just in case. We're going to review how to read tabs. So, how to read tabs? Here you have standard notation, which is what you know, reading on the staff. You have the staff with the 5 lines and the 4 spaces, you have the treble clef, the time signature, etc. The tablature, which is the real name, but we call it tabs for short, is going to be representing the strings of the guitar. So the first line here is going to be the first string, the thinnest one, this one. But as we go down, then you have here the second one, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay? So those are going to be the strings. But then how do we read? Simple. Here we have an example of a little melody and a chord being played on both notations, in standard notation and in tabs. And here we have, on top we have a melody, okay, being played normally with quarter notes, etc. And then we have a chord being played. How do we represent this in tabs? Well, here we have this note right here. It's going to be on the first string because it is on the first line. So it's going to be on the first string. And it says here number 1. That means that we're going to play it on the first fret. So it's going to be like this. The second note we have here, it's on the second string because it is on the second line. And it says number 3. Meaning that we're going to play it on the third fret, like this. Here we have. Then we have this, which is first string, third fret. And finally you have there first string, 0. 0 means that it's going to be played open, like this. And then we have the chords. The chord is going to be this. We're going to be playing here 3, 2, open, 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 and 3, like this. So when we play it like this, okay, one after the other, like one right next to the other, is going to be individual notes played one at a time. But when you have this, all these chords, like this stacked up, is going to be notes played at the same time. Okay? So the exercise will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now, that's not actually one exercise that you're going to be doing because it's too easy. It's just an example so that you can see how to read tabs. Now we're going to go to something more complicated, which is the first exercise. This exercise is going to be in the style of funk. Let me just move me here so you can look it better. Okay, and this is going to be the exercise. Now, it looks a little bit hectic, but it's not that complicated. Just stay with me and you will find out. So here you have, we're going to be using 3 chords. Okay, we're going to be using E, A, and B, but not the normal ones that you see here. For example, A, E, and B. No, we're going to do something different. And here you have that the first bar is going to be here. If you play this 4, 5, 4, you're going to get this chord right here. It's like a D, but it's going to be on the 4th fret, not on the 2nd fret. So here, this is going to be E. Okay, the second chord we have, it says here, let me show you, 6, 5, 5. So it's going to be like this. Now, I'm using this as a bar for these 2 strings right here. I think it's easier Like, you can do this, but I think it's more complicated. Just use the bar for these two strings, and then you simply add this one right here. And then the B right here is exactly the same shape, but in different frets, 8, 7, 7. So what you simply do is you slide over here on the A, and you slide 2 frets, and there we are. Okay, so the chords are E, sorry, here, E, A, and B. And then we go back to E. Now, those are the chords. Now the rhythmic pattern of it. Okay, it looks like complicated, and you have here X's, like what's that? I know it's kind of scary, but it's really not. So here we have 16th notes, okay? So every beat has to have 4 16th notes, as you see here. This is 4 16th notes in one beat. You have another beat, another beat, another beat. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 beats in each bar. And for every beat, 4 16th notes. Here you have, so it's taka 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 taka. This hand is going to do that the entire exercise. This hand, the right hand, will not stop moving. It's taka 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 taka. The thing that will move is this hand right here. This is going to be doing all the changes. Now, why the X's here, you will say? The thing is, when you have this X's, it means that you're still going to have the fingers here, but you're not going to be pressing, okay? So, the first 4 16th notes is going to sound, but then the 4 16th notes with the X's, it means that instead of pressing the strings on the guitar, you're going to keep that position, but you're going to simply stop pressing. Make them sound like mute, like this. So if I play the first 2 beats of the first bar, it will sound like this. Let me lower my cam so you can see it better. It will sound like this. First 2 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Again, 3, 4. If I play the entire bar, the entire first bar, it will sound like this. Okay? Then the same thing with the A. It's exactly the same thing. 3, 4. And with the B, the same thing. Okay? So if I do the entire exercise, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, and... Now be careful that when you play with this hand, you're only playing the first 3 strings. Don't play the other strings, because that's going to sound awful. Like, imagine the first exercise by playing all the other strings, awful, then awful, and then even more awful. Okay, so try not to do that. Try that when you play with this hand, you're only playing these 3 strings. You are not going to touch the last 3 strings at all. Okay, and don't do any tricks like putting tape on this. Like, no, I'm not gonna accept it. Okay, this has to be like a natural guitar. But when you play with this hand, with your right hand, try to only play the first 3 strings. Okay, one more time. 3, 4. Okay, good. Let's move to the next exercise. The next exercise is this one right here. Okay, it's more of a classical style. Now this might be a little bit more complicated than the other one, even though it looks more simple. But let's see how you can do it. Okay, so we have here, instead of the other chords, we're gonna have A, D, and E. Okay, again, A, D, and E. These are gonna be the normal chords that you know already. Okay, we're not gonna have any fancy chords all the way up here or whatever. Okay, we're gonna have the normal ones. And here you have, as I mentioned, when you have two of these notes played like this, one on top of the other, it means you're gonna be playing them at the same time. Okay, and then the other ones are gonna be played individually. Okay, and here we have a quarter note here, and then we have all 8 notes. So the beat is going to be da 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 da. That's going to be the entire rhythm for the entire exercise. Only that the notes and the chords will change. So here we have it right here. You're going to be putting the fingers as the chords. So for A, you're going to be holding the A chord the entire time. For D, you're going to be holding the D chord the entire time. For E, the same. And then A again, okay? If you have your chord placed in A, you can do this with no problem. So you have 5th and 2nd string. Lower my camera. You have here, and then you have all the other notes. 3rd and 4th string. Then you have 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and then you have 3rd. If you play that all together with the rhythm, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 3, 4. Okay, the same thing with the D. It's going to be played like this, and then the E is going to be like this, and then back to A. It's not that difficult. The difficult part is the changing, because the changing is supposed to be fast. So the entire exercise with repetition will sound like this: 3, 4. Okay? Now, it's not that complicated. It's just you're going to need a little bit of practice to get it correctly and with the right sound. So those are the 2 exercises, and your task is simply going to be recording your video playing these exercises. You have 1 week to practice, so if you're watching this video on Wednesday, for example, that means that you have until next Tuesday to upload the video. Why? Because that means that you're going to have as much time as possible to practice and do the best video you can do. Okay? And why Tuesday? Because then on Wednesday you're going to have to watch another video with other exercises. So you don't want everything to be stacked up. Okay? And as always, when grading, I will consider beat, chord technique, right hand technique, and sound quality. Beat is that you are following the beat. If you want to use a metronome for practicing and recording the video, even better. Okay. Chord technique is that you are putting the right notes on the chords, etc. Right hand technique is that this is doing all the movement that it's supposed to be doing, either with finger picking or with the strumming. And sound quality, that all the notes are sounding nice and not like awful. Okay. So there you have it. Those are the exercises that you need to do, and practice a lot, record them and upload them, and I will see you next class. Bye bye.